I know Mrs. Stelcheck had welcomed you before, but welcome to our portion of the concert this evening. This is the fifth grade band. This group of students has worked extremely hard this school year. This is their first concert. This is the first piece that they have learned together as a group, besides the pieces that are in their book. So you're going to hear harmony, you're going to hear some other things throughout the piece, and we hope that you enjoy our fifth grade band performance, their very first performance. I also have a student that's going to tell us a little bit more about the piece.
Good evening, we are a fifth grade band and my name is Corbin Borner. The piece we will be performing for you this evening is entitled Cool It by Randy Navarre. We enjoyed learning this first piece of band music and expanding from our beginning band books. This piece taught us many musical items such as playing unison and harmony, counting rests, listening across the band, and watching Miss Pulvermacher to know when to play. We hope you enjoyed our first concert piece, Cool It.
Good evening. My name is Taylor Martin. Our first song for you tonight is Bring It. It was composed by Robert E. Foster Jr. in 2000. We've worked on blending tempo and key changes in this song. This is a good piece for energy and rhythm. We hope you enjoy it.
Good evening. My name is Emily Callahan. Are you ready for this song, kids? Our next song is SpongeBob SquarePants, theme arranged by Paul Lavender. This song has a percussion solo and focuses the melody in the trumpets and flute. This song is certainly the most enjoyable with our class, so journey under the sea with us to SpongeBob Pineapple and let the show begin.
Are you ready, kids? Aye, aye, Captain. I can't hear you. Aye, aye, Captain.
Good evening. My name is Adam Schrader. Best Day of My Life was written by American authors. It is part of the album Oh What a Life, which was released in 2014. The song was inspired by the book and film Where the Wild Things Are. The song also helped the band American Authors become more popular.
Good evening. My name is Samantha Storman. Disney movie magic consists of extraordinary music and American songwriters that wrote compositions for Walt Disney Studios and the movie screen. Enjoy the magic of this music.
Good evening. My name is Molly McCarthy. More Cowbell is a melody of entertaining pop songs that feature the most recognizable auxiliary percussion instrument, the cowbell. As the Saturday Night Live skit featuring Will Ferrell would say, "It's good, but I just need more cowbell."
Good evening. My name is Jacob Lang. Crooner Serenade consists of 3 favorite resurrected tunes by Michael Bublé. This piece contains a variety of astounding styles and textures. We hope you enjoy listening to it as much as we enjoy playing it. right, so it's our last concert as seniors here, and I want to give a huge thank you to Mrs. Stalchek. She's been an amazing mentor and teacher and just a great friend to all of us. And we got her a gift on behalf of the class of 2017, just to show how much we appreciate her.
They're still not making me cry, though. They've been teasing me for, what, months? This is my last this. This is my last that. Are you going to cry? Are you going to cry? And a few times I have gotten very teary-eyed because this senior class has a place in my heart that will always be there. Okay, maybe I will cry. But they are always welcome to come back and play at any time. And out of my 21 years teaching, they have touched me more than any other class I've had. So thank you very much. They've been my hardcore band students this whole time. Thank you.
Welcome to the choir portion of our concert. This is a 6th and 7th grade choir, and we will have a few students introducing the pieces this evening as well.
Hello everyone, I'm Mary Smart.
And I'm Joan Hess, and this is
Entertainment Tonight. Listen up, salute those classic TV shows you've come to love.
And say hello to friends like Fred Flintstone, Lucy Ricardo, The Brady Bunch, and of course, Mr. Ed.
Everybody, sit back and
Stay tuned.
all for tonight. This is Joan Hess and Mary Smart.
Signing off.
Thank you. We are the 6th and 7th grade choir, and my name is Malaya Richard.
And our first piece, Stay Tuned, was arranged by Mark Breimer. This is a fun, upbeat piece that featured many classic TV theme songs. I'm sure you recognize some of the themes, and we hope you enjoyed the arrangement. Our next song, Over the Rainbow, is a classic from the movie The Wizard of Oz. The arrangement of this piece by Audrey Schneider and features two parts that weave unison and harmony parts together. Please enjoy Over the Rainbow.
Hello, I'm Hunter Hewitt. Our final piece this evening is Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, arranged by Christy Carey Miller. You may recognize this song from the movie and musical Mary Poppins. We enjoyed learning various singing techniques such as sliding our voices and counting in cut time. Please enjoy our last song.
Always have precautions. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. and told me I was bad. But then one day I learned a word that saved me aching nose. The biggest word you've ever heard, and this is how it goes. Oh, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though you said it, then it's expialidocious. If you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. He traveled all around the world and everywhere he went, he used his word and poetry that goes a clever gem. And there's an Maharaja spent the time with David Bean. I say the special word and then they ask me out to tea. Oh, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. If you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
My home, we're flying high, no ceiling when we're in our zone.
I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet, feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off it, moving so phenomenally. Through my life, the way we rock it, so stop. Under the lights, when everything goes, nowhere to hide when I'm getting you close. Already know. Just imagine. Just imagine, just imagine. Nothing I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Good, creeping up on you, so just dance, dance, dance. All those things I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. Ain't nobody leaving, so just keep dancing. Can't stop the feeling. Just dance, dance, dance. Can't stop the feeling. Just dance, dance, dance.
Ooh, it's something magical. It's in the air, so my blood is rushing on. I don't need no reason, don't need control. I'm flying high, no ceiling when I'm in my zone.
Got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet, feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off it, moving so phenomenally. From my life, the way we rock it, so don't stop. Under the lights, when everything goes, nowhere to
Thank you. We are the 12th through 8th grade choir. My name is Gabby Peckham. You may have recognized the first piece, Can't Stop the Feeling, arranged by Mac Huff. This piece was recorded by Justin Timberlake and was featured in the movie Trolls. Megan Shields and Hayden Beck were featured soloists. The next song comes from the movie and the musical, The Sound of Music. So Long Farewell features 3 parts, with a 4th part added at the end. We enjoyed the challenge of singing in 4 parts, and we hope you enjoy the next song, Long Farewell.
There's a sad sort of clanging from the clock in the hall, and the bells in the steeple too. And up in the nursery, an absurd little bird is popping out to say cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. Regretfully they tell us, but firmly they compel us to say goodbye to you. So long, farewell, love leaders, sing adieu. Wait to go and leave this pretty sight. So long, farewell, love leaders, sing adieu. Adieu, adieu to you and you and you. So long, farewell, love leaders, sing goodbye. We leave here and say goodbye. To go, I cannot tell a lie. I flit, I float, I fleetly flee, I fly.
Hello, my name is Elena Zaleski. Stand in the Light is a beautiful song recorded by Jordan Smith and arranged by Roger Emerson. This arrangement features 3 parts that sing in a cappella in places and was a favorite for us to learn. Please enjoy Stand in the Light.
Stand in the light and be seen as we are.
Good evening. My name is Derek Coates. Our last song, Hit the Road Jack, arranged by Emily Crocker. This jazzy arrangement highlights the baritone or male voices of our choir. They have melody frequently throughout. Also, listen as the soprano and alto voices echo and add jazzy harmonies throughout. If you listen closely, you'll also notice the alto voices have melody in some places as well. Please enjoy Hit the Road Jack.
Before we do our last song, I'd just like to take a moment to thank Ms. Tammy Prashevsky for being our awesome accompanist. She has a fan club. We couldn't do this without her, so we really appreciate her, so thank you. Here's Hit the Road Jack.
I love to play the piano. It was my major in college. I absolutely love it. But what I also did in college was major in teaching. I've been a choir teacher for about 25 years and absolutely love it. Since moving to Rapids, I've been enjoying being able to work with all of the local high schools, playing piano and...
That was so weird. And kind of creepy. So I've been enjoying working with all the high schools. I work out at Lincoln High School. I do lots of accompanying. I work here at Port Edwards. We have a good time. So the reason I'm speaking to you now, though, is the final song of the program. One of the things I've enjoyed doing for years and years as a choral teacher is being a choral clinician. A clinician's job is to come into a school and work with the students, a song maybe that is totally off their normal, bring them right out of their comfort zone, kicking and screaming if need be, teach them something new, shake them all up, throw them back in the classroom, and then I hit the road. So it's really actually kind of fun. And I've been very, very fortunate to work with both Mrs. Pulvermacher's students and Mrs. Stelchek's students. Now, when I first suggested to Mrs. Pulvermacher that we should do this choral clinician thing, it would be so much fun, and Jennifer and I were talking about it constantly. Mrs. Stelchek kind of did the, what are you guys talking about? And I said, well, we're thinking about doing this choral clinician thing. It's not for band kids. She's like, what do you mean? Well, I said, I'd really like to do this gospel tune. There's a great gospel tune by Keith Hampton called Praise His Holy Name. It needs a cast of thousands, but the choirs will be fine. And she went, oh. And I said, would the band like to sing along too? And she's like, oh, well, I don't know. Well, I think Mrs. Stelchek was more excited about it than the band kids were originally. But you're about to see the 8th through 12th grade band and choir combined tearing it up in this gospel tune. Now, it's pretty amazing. Yeah, and I think you're really going to like it. Again, like I said, it's composed by Keith Hampton. And years ago, I had the privilege of being his personal accompanist. He's a composer, a prolific clinician, a wonderful, wonderful gentleman to work for. And I got to accompany for him for several days, and he taught me everything I needed to know about gospel. Having its roots in American history, gospel can, of course, be a very somber, a very, very heartfelt thing. It can also be a very celebratory thing. And this song is the latter. So Praise His Holy Name is all about celebrating community, celebrating life, and having something to look forward to. For some of the band kids, it might be the end of the concert. So, they got to have something to look forward to. So, but you'll enjoy it. Look for your student. They're up here having a good time. And I'll draft the audience for the next concert because nobody is innocent in this. We'll all go down if we have to. So I'm going to get settled at the piano. Please enjoy Praise His Holy Name.
And if I fall off, 911. Where'd you go? Did I tell you that Mrs. Stelchek and Mrs. Pulvermacher are up here with us too, dancing and singing?
you, Miss P. That was outstanding. We had so much fun working with you. Thank you for coming this evening. We hope you drive safe, and we will see you next year. Have a great evening.